Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today our group will do a forum about the nitrogen dioxide and tropospheric ozone. Okay, my name is Afiq Afendi bin Nordin and my metric number is PA19A056. I am the first presenter and the moderator for today. Second presenter is Ahmad Aiman Safi bin Sukri. His metric number is PA19A091. The third presenter is Mama Izzuddin bin Rosli and his metric number is PA19A066. The fourth presenter is Mama Fairuz bin Muhammad Jais and his metric number is PA19A101. And the last presenter is Mama Amirul Afiq bin Muhammad Roslin and his metric number is PA19A168. Okay, so in our forum today, we will be talking about the introduction of ozone, causes of tropospheric ozone formation, formation of tropospheric ozone, Le Chatelier's principle and the implications, and lastly, the ways to overcome. Okay, so we move on to the introduction of ozone. What is ozone? Okay, ozone is a highly reactive gas composed of three oxygen atoms. Ozone is both natural and a man-made product that occurs in Earth's atmosphere. Other than that, ozone is very rare in our atmosphere, averaging about 3 molecules of ozone for every 10 billion molecules. In spite of this small amount, ozone plays a vital role in the atmosphere. Ozone is located in two regions, which are the upper atmosphere, stratosphere, and the lower atmosphere, troposphere. Depending on where the ozone is in the atmosphere, ozone affects life on Earth in either good or bad ways. Okay, there are two types of ozone, which are the ground level ozone or tropospheric ozone and the stratospheric ozone. What is the difference between those two? So the ground level ozone is the bad ozone. The reason why it is a bad ozone because it is a part of photochemical smoke. The ground level ozone can be found in troposphere where the altitude is 0 to 15 km above the Earth's surface. Moving on to the stratospheric ozone. Stratospheric ozone is a good ozone. It is a good ozone because it is a natural filter that absorbs the sun's UV rays. It is located in the stratosphere where the altitude is 15 km to 35 km above the Earth's surface. Another important thing that you need to know regarding this topic is that there are two types of pollutant. The first one is the primary pollutant. The primary pollutant is the pollutant that is directly emitted to the environment. For example, the emission of nitrogen dioxide from the car. Okay, the next one is the secondary pollutant. The secondary pollutant occur after a chemical reaction between primary pollutant and the other factors. For example, nitrogen dioxide react with the oxygen molecule and sunlight to produce ozone molecule. So we will go deeper into this topic. So we move on to Mr. Aiman Safi. Mr. Aiman Safi, what is the causes of tropospheric ozone formation?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, today I would like to talk about process that causes the formation of tropospheric ozone. Tropospheric ozone or ground level ozone, which are what we breathe, is formed from photochemical reaction between volatile organic compounds, which is VOC, and nitrogen dioxide. This reaction, viewed as depending upon the presence of heat and light, which is actually came from the sun. So, what causes the tropospheric ozone? There are two ways, which is the indoor and the outdoor activities. The indoor activities, is the effects are the photocopies and laser printers, while outdoor copies like road traffic, industrial furnaces, electricity power stations, and petroleum product refining and distribution. And I would like to refer myself to talk about the industry process that causes the formation of tropospheric ozone. First, the petroleum refining. The petroleum refining, hydrocarbons are the main VOCs or volatile organic compounds that are generated from the petroleum industries. VOCs are very harmful to human life and also affects the world in forming the tropospheric ozone. Second one is road traffic. When a car's engine is running, several different types of gases and particles are emitted that can have detrimental effects on the environment. These carcinogens like nitrogen oxides, sulfur oxides, and particulate matter, tiny particles of solids such as metal and soot, other emissions that affect human health and create smoke include ozone and carbon monoxide. And the third one is the electricity power station. In electricity power station, I will focus only about using natural gases. The drilling and extraction of natural gas from wells and its transportation in pipelines results in leakage of the methane. The primary component of natural gas is 34 times stronger than CO2 at a trapping heat, and it is 86 times stronger over 20 years. Okay, that's all from me. You.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Iman Safi, for sharing with us about the causes of tropospheric ozone formation. So now we move on to how tropospheric ozone is formed. Okay, so I would like to ask Mr. Aizuddin to explain more detail about this.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to the moderator. So let's move on to the formation of tropospheric ozone. The major factors that influence the increase of tropospheric ozone are man-made factors that are usually caused by smoke that was released from vehicles and industry factories. So tropospheric ozone is mostly created by chemical reaction between oxides of nitrogen, also known as NOx, mostly from industrial activities, and oxygen gas present in atmosphere. For the process of formation of tropospheric ozone, there are several chemical reactions that need to occur to form tropospheric ozone molecule. The first is the chemical reaction between nitrogen oxide from the industrial factories and oxygen gas from the atmosphere to form nitrogen dioxide. And next, nitrogen dioxide from the first reaction will absorb sunlight to break the molecule down into nitric oxide and radical oxygen atom. In the third reaction, the radical oxygen atom reacts with the oxygen gas to form the ozone molecule. After the formation of ozone molecule, the ozone that was formed will react with the nitrogen oxide molecule, forming nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gas. Finally, the products which are nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gas can react with each other with the presence of sunlight to form the atoms again, which are nitrogen oxide and ozone molecule. The fourth and fifth reaction are also known as reverse reactions, which also means that chemical equilibrium occurs between these two reactions. So that is how chemical equilibrium reaction occurs in the process of tropospheric ozone formation. So that's all for me. Thank you. So back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Aizuddin, for the detailed explanation about the formation of tropospheric ozone. Okay, as you all know, in this topic there is a principle, and the principle is Le Chatelier's principle. So without further ado, I will pass this forum to Mr. Fairuz to tell more about the Le Chatelier's principle.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, what is Le Chatelier's principle? Le Chatelier's principle is a principle that is used to predict the effects of various changes on the equilibrium position. If a chemical system at equilibrium experiences a change in concentration, temperature, or total pressure, the equilibrium will shift in order to minimize the change. There are 5 factors that affect the equilibriums, which are concentration, pressure, volume, temperature, and catalyst. But in this section, I will only explain on the concentration and temperature, because for a reaction which have the same number of mole of gases in both products and reactants, the change in pressure and the change in volume will have no effect at all. So, first, change in concentration. Increase of the combustion of fossil fuels by the industry will release more nitrogen dioxide into the atmosphere. This will increase the concentration of nitrogen dioxide in the air, thus make the reaction quotient to be lower than the equilibrium constant. This will cause the equilibrium to shift to the right, which is forward reaction, to produce more product until it reaches a certain point where QC is equal to the KC. This will finally contribute to the increase of concentration of ozone molecule in the atmosphere. Next, change in temperature. Formation of ozone is an endothermic reaction where the heat is the component of the system. For an endothermic reaction, increase of temperature will cause the equilibrium to shift to the right. This will cause the equilibrium constant to increase, thus increasing the production of ozone molecule. This explains why the ozone level increases during the summer season where sunlight is abundant. It is because the production of ozone molecule increases with higher temperature. So back to the Mr. Moderator.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fairuz, for the information about the Late Attendance Principle. So now I would like to ask Mr. Amirul Afiq to tell more about the implications of this nitrogen dioxide and tropospheric ozone. Okay, Mr.
Thank
Amirul
you
Afiq.
to moderator. Thank you to moderator. So, I will present about side effect of nitrogen dioxide and ozone. Basically, nitrogen dioxide and ozone can cause bad effect to humans, plant, and ecosystem. Firstly, we take a look on how nitrogen dioxide can affect the humans. The first one is reduce lung function or chronic lung disease in term exposure. The next is increase the susceptibility to infection and it will lead to the pneumonia and bronchitis and so on. Secondly, ozone give bad effect to humans almost likely same with nitrogen dioxide such as irritate your respiratory system and reduce lung function, especially in the immune system ability to fight off bacterial infections. And then breathing and breathing difficulties. It is normally happen when you do outside activity. The other living things such as plant also could be affected by this chemical. Firstly, nitrogen dioxide may cause the enhancement of sensitive plant risk of disease, damage from insects, effect of other pollutants, and so on. Secondly, ozone also might give bad effect to plant, such as reducing heat and productivity of crops, reducing photosynthesis, which is the process to convert light energy into chemical energy, and then reducing seed production, and so on. Lastly, the effect of ozone and nitrogen dioxide to ecosystem are causes the acid rain, changes to habitat quality, which is it can lead to the loss of species diversity, and then changes to water and nutrient cycle, and change in biogeochemical cycle, and effect on biomarine. This is because of habitat destruction. And I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Amirul Afiq. So as you can see, there are many implications regarding this topic. So I think I will end our forum today. Hey, wait. I think I forgot something. If there are many bad effects, there must be ways to overcome too, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so can all of you suggest what is the ways to overcome the issue about the nitrogen dioxide and tropospheric ozone? Okay, who want to go first?
Me first, Mr. Moderator.
Okay.
So, in my opinion, the awareness about environmental protection in our community is very important. Because of that, I think the action taken by International Organization of Standardization by introducing environmental product declaration has a possibility to overcome this issue. How about the others?
Okay, anyone want to add on?
Me.
Okay.
I think that reducing combustion of fossil fuels is absolutely can overcome this pollution. But how? I think people should use public transport instead of their own private transport. Do you agree with me, Mr. Fairuz?
Yes, I agree with you. And I want to add some more, which is we can reduce the emission of pollutants by using the filter at the chimney of the chimney and at the exhaust of the car to reduce the emission of harmful pollutants. So what do you say, Mr. Masafi?
And I think by using green architecture and design, which we can reduce the use of the glasses in building the tower and
So as you can see, many bad effects must have ways to overcome it. So I think that's all from us.
thank you.
Bye!
Assalamualaikum.
And have a great life.
Bye!
Bye.
Bye.